You're 25 years old, you just got your first real job, you're making decent money, someone tells you you should start investing. But you think to yourself, I'm too young, I don't have enough money, I don't understand the stock market. Maybe I'll start when I'm 30 or 35, when I have more money and feel more confident. So you wait. You spend the next 5 years building your career, enjoying your life, saving a little here and there. Then at 30, you finally open an investment account and start putting money in. Here's the trap, you just made a decision that's going to cost you roughly $200,000. Not through bad investments, not through risky trades or poor decisions, just by waiting 5 years. Most people have no idea how expensive waiting actually is. Here's what most people believe about investing. They think the best time to start is when you have a lot of money, when you're established, when you know what you're doing, when you have time to learn. So they wait. And waiting feels smart, it feels responsible, it feels like you're being careful. But waiting is actually the most expensive financial decision you can make. The problem is that most people don't understand how compound interest works. They think investing is about the money you put in, but it's actually about the time your money has to grow. Let me show you exactly what I mean with two people, both making the same salary, both making good financial decisions. The only difference is when they started investing. Person A starts investing at 25 years old. They invest $500 a month, that's not a lot of money. For 30 years they put in $500 every single month. At the end, they invested a total of $180,000. Person B waits until they're 35 years old, then they get serious about investing. They see how much Person A has accumulated and decide they need to catch up. So they invest $1,000 a month, double the amount. They do this for 20 years until retirement. Person B invested a total of $240,000, that's $60,000 more than Person A. Who has more money at retirement? Person A. By about $200,000. How is that possible? Person A invested less money, Person B invested more, but Person A has dramatically more wealth. The answer is compound interest. Time is literally the most valuable thing in investing. It's more valuable than the amount of money you contribute. When you invest early, your money doesn't just sit there, it grows, and then that growth produces more growth, and that growth produces more growth. For 30 years, this happens automatically. When you wait until 35, you're giving up 20 years of that automatic growth process. You can't make it up by investing more later because you don't have the time. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine a snowball. You start rolling it down a hill when it's small. As it rolls, it picks up more snow. The longer it rolls, the bigger it gets. And the bigger it gets, the faster it picks up more snow. Now imagine you wait 5 years, then you start rolling your snowball. You can push harder, add more snow faster. But your snowball doesn't have as far to roll. It will never get as big as the first snowball no matter how hard you push. That's compound interest, that's why time is everything. Here's the psychological insight that explains why so many people make this mistake. Your brain is wired to worry about present problems. Right now you're thinking about rent, right now you're thinking about your car, right now you're thinking about paying off debt or taking a vacation. Your brain isn't thinking about the future. 50-year-old you, 70-year-old you, those people feel so far away that they don't feel real. This is called present bias. We value what happens now dramatically more than what happens in the future, even if the future thing is much bigger. So you think, I'll invest $500 a month, that's money I could spend now, I could enjoy my life now, I'll start investing in 5 years when I have more money anyway. But 5-year future you doesn't exist yet, and your brain doesn't care about 5-year future you the same way it cares about present you. This is why waiting feels rational. It's not that you're bad with money, it's that your brain is naturally biased toward now. The wealthy understand this bias, and they do the opposite. They start early, they invest even when it feels small and insignificant. They know that what seems insignificant now becomes enormous later. So what should you actually do with this information? First, understand that the best time to invest was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. You don't need to have a lot of money, you don't need to understand everything. You just need to start. Even if you can only invest $50 a month, that's infinitely better than waiting until you can invest $500 a month. Second, don't try to be perfect. You don't need to pick the best stocks, you don't need to time the market, you don't need to beat the professionals, you just need to invest consistently and let time do the work. Third, automate it. Set up automatic transfers so the money goes to your investment account before you even think about it. Make it invisible. Your brain won't miss money it never sees. The investing mistake that costs average people $200,000 isn't making bad trades. It isn't buying the wrong stocks. It isn't even taking too much risk. It's waiting. Waiting for the right time, waiting until you have more money. Waiting until you feel ready, waiting until you understand everything. But there is no right time, the right time is always now. The cost of waiting 5 years isn't 5 years of lost investment returns. It's $200,000 or more. It's the difference between retiring comfortably and retiring with financial stress. Every year you delay, that number gets bigger. The question isn't whether you should invest, the question is whether you can afford not to.